Hey guys, Coriel here with Twitchers Fishing, and out here in my garage right now, as you can actually see my breath. It is a little bit chillier. It is about -1 in here, but I'm just getting everything ready because I got a couple ice fishing trips planned here in the new year. We still don't have any snow, but the ice is starting to thicken up, so I should be out just about every weekend, January, February, and March. Okay. What a lot of people fail to do every year is one, store their ice auger properly, and two, they don't pre-fire it before they go out, and they just expect this shit to magically work, and it doesn't. I constantly see guys on the ice trying to fire up their augers. Okay, a little bit of care goes a long way. Again, my last trip out last year was the end of March, and I always do one thing every time I store it, right? We know fuel goes bad, so you have to stabilize it. I throw in about, honestly, a cap full of seafoam. I fire it up and I let it run for about 2 minutes. That way it just kind of circulates the seafoam. It just, circulates everything into the fuel lines, the carburetor, float bowl. And then I shut it off and I don't fire it up until the following year. Okay. Stabilizing your fuel is a big one. Use a good premium fuel. I use Shell because it's 0% ethanol, and I use a good two-stroke premix oil. I use Mobil. Okay, I mix 40-1, and I've never had a problem. Okay, so a couple other things that you guys want to do before you actually take your auger out. Check the air filter. It takes literally 5 seconds. You got a knob right there. It's a quarter turn. She just pops open. Take the air filter out. Okay. Take a look at the air filter. Guys, if your air filter looks dirty, it probably is dirty. Just give it a quick clean. Air compressor, blow it out. Okay, there's a little screen that filter sits on. Usually gets pretty oily. Take it out, swipe it down with a cloth. Throw the filter back in, close her up. The other thing, pull the spark plug out if you really want. Check the gap. I did last year, so I'm not worried about it this year. But every 2 years I like to pull the plug or just replace the plug. $8 plug. Again, it goes a long way. Okay. A lot of people, as soon as they're about to fire it up, okay, choke is all the way up and they just start pulling. We want to make sure everything is lubed up and lubricated and moving freely. That's the key. Choke all the way on. Guys, 3 of those. Just like that. Again, it gets everything kind of moving. If anything was, hopefully nothing is stuck, right? You want everything to just freely move. And then I just give her one good pull, and this will fire up first pull. Okay? Don't pop. Okay. A couple other things to keep in mind that I notice a lot of guys. As soon as they get it fired up, they turn the choke off. They just start pounding it. Okay, guys, this shit has to warm up. If you don't let it warm up, it's not gonna last. I like to let it warm up for my first hole that I drill every time I go out. I usually let it warm 2-3 minutes. Okay, and then instead of just hammering it, okay, I just ease on the throttle a little bit. I get my auger turning, then I ramp it up. I just see guys hammering the throttle and pushing down as hard as they can. Auger's not going to cut any faster if you're using all your weight. Let the blades do the cutting. A good sharp blade does all the work. You don't have to do anything. Just let it drill. Are you that impatient, that extra 15 seconds for you to just get your line in the water? Okay, blades. Again, keep them sharp. Doesn't take much. Okay, these blades going on 4 years. These have been sharpened once, and these are sharp. 2 bolts there. Pop the blades out. If you don't know how to sharpen blades, then take them somewhere and have them sharpened. Don't do it yourself. But if you know how, just give it a light sharpening. It goes a long way. And again, you're letting the auger do the work, guys. You don't need to push down as hard as you can. Okay, A lot of guys have issues with the gearbox in these things. It's probably that's why you're pushing down as hard as you can, and the machine can't. It's not designed for that. The blades do all the work, guys. A little bit of pressure, just a nice even pressure. Let it do the job. It does it for you. I see a lot of guys constantly complaining about their blades. You know, this cover. That's what it's, guys. That's what it's here for. Again, if you're constantly out and about transporting it, throw the cover on. It does its job. It protects this. But if anything, the three big takeaways from this, I would hope anybody gets out of this. Like I said, I've never had an issue firing this up, but yet I've seen people constantly struggle on the ice. Unless you're running an electric auger, and there's just something about electric that, for whatever reason, I'm not going to say it bothers me, but there's nothing better than the sound and the smell of a two-stroke motor. Okay, that's the way it is. Seafoam, a little bit, again, stabilize that fuel. Okay, seafoam, again, stabilize the fuel. Use a good premium fuel. I run premium, and I don't run anything else. Like I said, I run Shell 91, 0% ethanol. And I use Mobil Premix two-stroke oil. It's what I think a lot of the KTM and Husqvarnas use in their dirt bikes. I had some left over. It is a quality oil. It does not smoke. I mix 40-1. Air filter, again, make sure it's clean. And then, guys, the big thing is just let it, once you get it fired up, just let it warm up. If you do that, your augers should honestly last 10 plus years. I'm going on 4 years now. I've never had an issue, and I expect to get another 10 out of it. So, yeah. If anything, I hope you maybe learned something about maintaining your auger. But guys, other than that, this is Coriel with Twitchers Fishing. Until next time, tight lines, and we'll see you on the water. Bye.